with Greg Anthony and Van Gundy. This is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. This game marks the end of this stretch at home for the Suns. Back on the road tomorrow. Now, Ivy. What are some of the advantages, Stan, of coaching teams with a lot of veterans, a lot of experience?
Kevin, how much time do we have? I mean, do we have time to do a whole podcast? I mean, it's everything. They know more about the game. They're smarter. They've seen it all. They have developed a professionalism and a mental toughness. They've been through every situation. I could go on and on.
And there's that fine line between being too weighted in that direction and not having the kind of skill players, the youth, that can drive that engine.
Yeah, I think having a good mix of youth and veterans is very important to teams.
Here's Ivy. No good on the triple. Booker looking around. They set the pick. Pass to Edwards. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And no good. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
It's Covington on the wing. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And stays ready and reacts quickly. Covington is an ideal catch-and-shoot scoring option.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Booker. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, the athleticism Edwards has is off the chart. He makes those alley-oop catches look effortless.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. Back to Ivy. Pass to Covington. Here's Ivy. 2 on the clock. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Eason's shot is good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Wiggins. Back to Eason. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Eason's got 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Edwards. Over Eason. It's hauled in by the Heat.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Wiggins outside. Drops in the tray.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
2 minutes remaining in the fourth.
Oh, here's Edwards. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, it's not easy being a 6'9" center in the NBA, but Bam holds his own fine with most of the 7-footers out there.
Free throw good. Adebayo. Well, we're used to the stretch big men these days, Stan. That's not Bam Adebayo's game, though. How is he still effective?
Well, Kevin, Bam is a highly skilled big in his own right. He just doesn't have the three-point shot, but he's got the ball handling, he's got the passing, and he's got the mid-range jumper, and he puts those things together into a very effective package.
Yeah, he has a good handle, doesn't he?
He's got a great handle.
Now, here's Wiggins. Following the miss by Bam Adebayo. Eason's shot is good.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Now, here's Edwards. Pass to Young. Booker left side. To end the run. Wiggins with the block.
His length gives Wiggins an advantage on the D. He can get his hand to shots that a lot of other players would not be able to impact.
Here's Wiggins. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Booker with no one around. Phoenix no good that time either.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Back to Wiggins. And here's Ivy. Pass to Covington. The Heat need to get a shot off. Adebayo, that's a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by Edwards.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Unable to get that one.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
The Heat, 22.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Heat?
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And you can't turn it over against this team. That's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing the results of that.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And, Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And, Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
Suns trailed by 18. The shake into the lane. The second chance effort. Skapincev with the bucket. Skapincev has got his first points in this one.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
To the paint. Here's Covington. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his first foul.
First team foul. And for the Heat.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Johnson, that's for 2. Rebound by the Suns.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Beal taking his time here. Down low. Gafford with the steal. Back to Williams. Knocked loose and stolen by Miller. Here's Beal. Williams with the defensive effort.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Now, here's Marshall. Still without a basket. Here's Gafford. Second shot opportunity. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Heat lead by 18.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Now, here's Green. Beal up top. Lobbed up there for Miller. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Drives to the hoop. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. There has been, Coach, a lot of talk about how players today are better than ever before. Do you agree with that?
Well, absolutely. Isn't that the way evolution works?
Right.
Kevin, they're bigger, stronger, faster, but everyone builds on the players who came before them, and the guys today would not be where they are without the guys before who laid the foundation.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. So for the Suns, we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Booker with it. Hasn't made one yet. They get it again. Here's Edwards. Takes it out to Booker. And the foul on Tari Eason. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
For three, Booker. It's good from long range.
And textbook mechanics make it look like it's going in every time. Booker, unreal.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And with the score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well. And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
They've got to be careful. A big key to beating them is keeping Booker off the line as much as possible.
GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace. And smart pick and roll play by Ivy. He saw a chance to open things up for a teammate and took it.
Booker outside. And stolen by Wiggins. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Yeah, a natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
Booker the bounce pass. For three, Edwards. Phoenix no good that time either.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Back to Booker. Over Wiggins. And the Suns miss again.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Here's Booker. 5 points in the game. Lobbed up there for Edwards. Covington with the steal. And so it's Miami riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Booker up top, a crossover, and the rejection by Holmes. Inside. It's hauled in by Dunn.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
Now, here is Young. Still yet to score. 6 to shoot. Here's Edwards. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two. And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Now, here's Ivy. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. That shot missing. Suns trailed by 21. Booker outside. Lobbed up there for Edwards. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And, Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. To the inside, and stolen by Wiggins. And Adebayo throws it down.
The assist.
Yeah, Adebayo there throwing it down with a little attitude.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. The Heat making a switch here. Suns trailed by 21. Beal, that's for two. It's Adebayo with the rebound. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Miami Heat. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins outside. Just 4 to shoot. And Wiggins throws it down.
And how about the slam from Wiggins, showing off some of that athleticism there.
And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Suns making a change here.
Coming onto the floor for your Suns.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Eason gets a wide open look. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Eason's got 15. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about Heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you notice?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
Here's Johnson after the made shot from Bradley Beal. Pass to Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
Defensive foul.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
The Heat shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Pass to Williams. Holmes with it. And Holmes throws it down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now Beal. He has 7. With 4 seconds on the clock, Johnson with some nice D. And so it's Miami having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Rozier. Driving to the basket. Count that one. Rozier's got his first 2 points of the night.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Outside, Beal. High, arcing shot.
Selfless play by Beal, using that pick and roll action to create for a teammate.
And here is Rozier. Driving in. And that one is hammered home.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Phoenix calls timeout. The Heat making a switch here. And here are the Suns now. Edwards looking it over. To the middle. Here's Young. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And he recovers it. Williams. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Lobbed up there for Edwards. Gafford with the steal. Oh, and here comes Rozier all alone. Drills it from outside.
Robert Covington.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Yeah, I really like when Edwards shows this kind of patience, allowing the play to develop over time.
Martin wide open. He fires. Misses the 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Hey, good luck stopping Edwards when he puts his head down and attacks the basket.
In the corner, it's Martin. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Booker fires from way outside. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
The kick out to Williams. Off target with his 3. And it's the Suns' ball.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Right side, Edwards. Here's Booker. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. 7 points for Devin Booker.
It's almost effortless for Booker this close in. He just drops the ball in the bucket.
Pass to Gafford. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. We see coaches, Stan, willing to pay fines for complaining about the officiating.
Shooting for Miami.
I'm having a hard time thinking if you ever did that. Going back in my Rolodex here. Did you? Did you ever do that, Coach?
I mean, Kevin, I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines in the NBA. My wife was not real happy about that at one point, reminding me early on that we had 4 kids we were going to try to put through college. And she told me one year I just gave away 2 college educations.
Oh, goodness. And Gafford throws it down.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Miami.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
To the inside, and Phoenix turns it over again.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Heat. 41 seconds left in the 4th quarter. The layup missed. Outside Edwards. There's the 3. They grab their own miss. Tries again. Kicks it out to Booker. Clock at 6. Second chance shot. Double clutches. The rebound by Johnson.
Yeah, he tried to adjust, but he got smothered. Good defense.